It's Monday, November the 18th, and you're listening to the Three Nerds in a Basement podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Blaven.
Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show where we talk about all the cool things in the world. On this week's episode, we're reviewing the Orson Scott Card film adaptation of the book Ender's Game. Mm-hmm. Talking about the Mayor of Toronto, Batman Saving the City, and Optimus Prime. That's what you have to look forward to. If you ever want to get in touch with us, you can always write in at tniab.letters at gmail.com. And Facebook, Twitter, and other social links are also out there if you search hard enough. So,
wow, you're really great at promoting these.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know how many people actually care, so yeah.
All right. No, man, we got to think about it like everybody cares.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people, especially if they listen to it on YouTube, they just put it on in the background as just noise. So they don't even hear it anyway.
We should just release a podcast episode that's just white noise.
That's lame.
Yeah, that is pretty lame.
I'm worth more than background.
Okay. Let's get into the review.
Yo.
So, Ender's Game. Let's see. Stories set in the future.
Okay.
Kids, because of their young, highly energetic and developing brains, they are recruited and best perceived to be tactical geniuses. And so they put these kids through schooling and all this effort to make them, like I said, tactical geniuses. And that's really it. And it's all in the hopes of one day having to save the world from an alien invasion.
Like it's gonna come or not?
Like it's gonna come.
Oh, okay. So they know it's gonna come.
Movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, oh yeah, so Blaven didn't see this movie.
Yeah.
So for a little context, the world got invaded by aliens once before. Mm-hmm. We managed to save the world. Mm-hmm. But ever since they retreated, back to the aliens retreated, we've sort of kept tabs on them and followed them back a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so we can tell that their colonies are growing and they're preparing for a massive attack once more.
Attack.
And so that's what this movie's about. It's about preparing for the attack. The attack is coming. Let's see what happens. Now, Blaven, you didn't see this movie.
No, I did not see Ender's Game.
So what you think about this movie?
Oh, I thought it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I didn't go see it with you guys, but man, this is just StarCraft, but in real life.
Oh yes.
I know the kid's not going to be any good because he's not a Korean.
Oh, that's true.
That's racist.
That is.
He's not top tier. He's not in the LCS.
He had zero sponsors.
Yo, he had zero sponsors.
What are you talking about?
His clicks per minute were terrible.
He had all of the Earth's government behind him.
That's true.
Doesn't count.
That's true. He had all the world behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, that aside, yeah, it just looks like this boy. What it seems like from the trailer is that he controls the armies by himself, which makes me wonder if people are in those jets or.
So the thing is, he's tactical commander, right?
Yeah. And
as a tactical commander in the future, it is essentially StarCraft. Only what he's controlling are real people, like. You know, in modern society, when the commander issues orders to like his squads and stuff, or actually,
they trust him.
Well, yeah, he's the commander.
You have to follow it by law.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It doesn't matter if you're man, woman. If that is your designated rank,
yeah,
that's your superior. You follow that order.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Sometimes the people don't trust him.
Well, that's the whole point, right? You can only make it to commander if enough people respect you and trust you.
Oh. Damn, son! Wow, that sounds spicy.
Yeah, so this sounds like.
So what was Han Solo doing in this? Was he like after he retired from the Millennium Falcon, he was just chilling out?
Actually, kind of.
Sorta. Yeah.
Because Harrison Ford's in this, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it was married to Calista Flockhart.
Who's she?
Ally McBeal.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
I might have been reading old news, but yeah. Anyway, that aside, so. Yeah, so I guess they trust him. And who's Harrison Ford in this? Is that his commander or his?
Harrison Ford is
mentor?
like the. He sort of is, isn't. He's more like the captain of all of the armies.
Yeah, you're just gonna say captain of the everything.
Yeah, pretty much. He's basically Ender's boss.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
So is he his direct superior then?
Yeah, like Ender would report to these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But who do they report to?
I think they're the brass, the top head honchos. I mean, there might be like one guy above him, but I think he's at the top.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's what your thoughts on Ninja Game, huh?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I really want to see it.
Well, how about let's let Anthony dissuade you?
I didn't like this movie.
Oh,
I didn't like it at all.
That's not good.
Yeah, so like,
It's
as Blaven mentioned,
it's not because his clicks per minutes were bad.
Yeah,
right?
and it's not because his APM was low. It was actually really high. It was
Actions
really
per
good.
minute.
He used all the actions.
Oh, yeah.
But so the thing with this movie is that it's like I guess like 90% child actors.
That's the point.
That's
And then
I expected that.
And then
actually.
also like 99% unknown names.
Like, so you're saying you need a big actor?
No,
I thought that would be your bad,
it's
bro.
weird, like it's I don't know. Like I always put the like unknown and child actors in this territory of you're never gonna make me believe that you're this person.
Oh,
right.
So you have pre-judgmental thoughts.
Yeah, I had pre-judgmental thoughts coming in, and those pre-judgmental thoughts were confirmed when I saw this movie.
To be fair, the main kid is totally unknown, but some of the other child actors are pretty big.
There was that one guy from the Family Channel.
Yeah.
And that was the only one I recognized. That was it.
Yeah, a lot of them are from like not like Family Channel equivalents around the world.
Okay, but that's kind of what the quality felt like. It felt like it was like they were still Family Channel acting, but in a movie.
And then another thing I should point out is they're all like 19.
They are like old.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then, also the other problem I had with this movie is not that the actors didn't really drag me into the universe or anything. The other one was the arcs of this movie. Like, you know, when it's like, oh, here we're gonna have the intro, we're gonna build up to a climax, something's gonna happen, boom, it's gonna be
So the acts.
Yeah, the acts of the movie. Like, I never felt like it was just flatlined through the whole movie. Like, I never felt excited at any one point. Like, I never felt like all like even the little romantic connection they had between Ender and that girl. Like, I just felt that was so. It felt kind of forced because it was so quick. Like, they had their one little training session.
Yes.
And then that was it, and you just assumed they loved each other, right?
Oh, okay. That's the love story you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, whatever. Like, that was kind of garbage. And yeah, like, everything about this movie was mediocre, and to me, at least, like. And I've never even read the book, too, so, like, I had no clue what was going on in this movie. Like, I saw the twist coming. Yeah, I don't know.
To be fair about the twist, it is it's an old book.
It is an old book.
And a lot of modern interpretations of that twist have been derived from this book,
it has. And I understand that, but still. Yeah. It doesn't take away from the fact that I still wasn't surprised.
Yep.
And then also, like, I don't know, I just didn't care for it the whole time. Like, I just was bored.
You didn't think visually it was interesting? You didn't think anything?
Not really. Like, I don't know. All the spaceships just kind of reminded me like of StarCraft. And I was like, okay, this is Zerg. We're the Terran.
So they're fighting Zerg.
Yeah, they're fighting Zerg.
Alien type that are more alien than Predator.
Yeah, they look very insect-like.
Okay, I thought so. Right.
They have like chittering whatevers and stuff. And they have queens.
But yeah, you're right. I think alien if they were brown.
Okay.
And they resembled more ants.
Well, what I'm saying is that they're more primal than technological aliens.
Yes.
We're not talking the people who have armor and shields. We're talking hive mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Hive mind.
Cool.
Exactly.
I think the high point of this movie is when they explained what the cannon does. Their big main ship cannon.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking cool.
What does it do? Does it win?
It shoots these beams, and when the beams hit something, it demolekularizes them.
Okay.
And then it chains to other nearby organisms.
Okay.
Until.
But friendly fire.
Yeah, don't get caught in the beam.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I was like, that's fucking brutal. That's sick. And that was like the high point of the movie for me was that explanation of a gun, and then seeing that gun be shot.
Yeah.
But like other than that, I was just bored throughout the whole movie. Like I just didn't care.
Yep.
Like I think at one point I fell asleep.
So is it more that you didn't care or that you thought the movie was bad?
I thought the movie was mediocre. Like going in, like I had these preconceived notions of the actors, but not of the story. Right? So I thought if this story can be interesting enough to turn me around, then whatever. It's just
That's fair.
I didn't care for anything in this movie other than the gun.
Mm-hmm.
The gun wins Best Actor of the Year.
Okay. That's fair enough. For myself, I like this movie. I didn't love this movie, but I thought it was pretty good. For me, my big issue is that I have two issues with this movie. One, there is too much that they wanted to put into this movie, and there's just not enough time.
Completely agree.
There's just not enough time. And the sad part is they cut out a whole second part to the book. Because the book is actually told from the point of two characters. And they cut out one of the entire storylines. And it's just about this boy. And so you think that simplifies it. But the thing is, the second part that I don't like about this movie is that it feels so slow throughout the whole thing. Yet, when you're watching it, they're trying to tell you that time is advancing at a really fast rate.
Like, he goes up ranks like nothing.
Yeah. But what you're supposed to understand is that, like, he's been in those situations for months already. And then he ranks up. In the final act, when he's, like, at his final stage of Battleship Command, whatever, he even writes in a letter, he's like, we fight for every day, weeks on weeks, months on months. But they're only ever in that act for, like, 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
And so you think, did this just happen? And he's like, no, he actually confirms and says, no, we've been here for months, and it doesn't feel like that.
Okay.
And so, yeah, for me, it was such weird pacing. The movie felt so slow, and yet things were going so fast. But there are interesting parts of this movie. I do like the whole idea of there's this kid who's a bit obnoxious, but he's very smart, and he has to gain the respect of his peers in order for them to trust his commands. I like that whole team building aspect. The game they play is interesting, although I thought it could have been done a little bit more.
What's the game?
So you're in a dome.
Zero gravity laser tag.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That sounds hot.
Yeah, and there's like blocks everywhere. And it's all about team tactics, about getting to the other side.
If you get shot in the limb, the suit freezes up and it holds your limb so you can't move your limb. But if you get shot in the chest, it freezes up your body and you can't move your body and you're floating in zero G.
Oh, because Ender's team wins?
Of course. Tactical commander.
Oh, this movie sounds like me. Is this just him making plays?
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds awesome. How do you not like this, Anthony?
All the plays were exactly the same. They were all the exact same play.
They all the exact same play?
There's two that are the same, I would say.
Was it one of those, I did this play, well, maybe this is applicable in real battle?
See, no. The tactical plays in the game and in the battle are the ones that I found less interesting. The plays that I really liked are the ones that deal with social interaction and how he has to confront bullies or those who don't like him.
Oh, okay, so you count those as...
Yeah, that's all tactical.
Oh, okay, I only counted the game as tactical.
No, I think the social interaction and how he has to deal with others who don't like him, I find that fascinating. Because that's just playing mind games with each other. Okay. And I'm sure Blaven finds that interesting as well.
Yes.
See. I thought visually it looked pretty cool, but it feels very confined, this movie. Like, you're only ever in like 3 or 4 places at most.
And it's weird that it's confined when it's a movie that's set in space.
And it's about the universe, and it's like, I feel like there's only 5 sets to this movie. So
what? Their dorm?
Yeah, their dorm, the battle area,
a hallway,
a classroom,
and a hallway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have this thing with hallways and lights that they just love to like follow the yellow lights, follow the green lights. I think that if this had a smaller budget and was moved to television, it would have been phenomenal.
Like a good, it would have been a cool TV series?
Yeah, because I think the reason the book succeeds, having not read it, is you get to learn more about Ender and as he grows up. But in this movie, you don't get any of that. It's kind of just starts, finishes, and everything in between is a little compressed, so you don't quite understand his motives or how he feels at certain points, and that's probably the most disappointing part of this movie for me. But I still think it's enjoyable. I think it's worth a watch. I just don't think it's anything remarkable. And speaking for TJ, because he's just left the room.
I think he liked this movie out of most of you, right?
Yeah, I think he liked it a little bit more than me. And I can't remember why.
Because I think it's these plays.
I think so. I think it's the I will say, the final act of this movie is really cool to watch. Like how they've set up his command station and all his friends are around him as smaller squad. It's really cool how they set it up, and I think the twist totally caught him off guard.
The TJ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's why he really enjoyed it. But yeah. But there you go. Let's rate this one. Blaven, should I start with you?
Yeah, I'll give it a. Sounds like to me gonna be a 5.
What? Wow. Okay, Anthony.
I give it a 1.
I give it a 3.
Yeah.
And there we go. That is Ender's Game. Check it out if you have the time. But if you miss out, don't feel too bad about it.
Feel bad.
Let's move into our picks of the week. You know what? Mine's probably the least important one here, so I'll start this one off.
Important? I don't think any of our picks are ever important.
Least significant.
Okay.
Okay? There's a Transformers 4 movie. We all knew this was happening.
What?
Yes. Yes. This is no
Megan
surprise.
Fox in it?
No, it's a completely... No, it's Mark Wahlberg. It's a new cast.
Oh, nice.
New cast. Robots again redesigned.
It's The Rock.
Optimus. No, but the thing is, I think The Rock was supposed to be in it, but something happened, and I think he just couldn't make the
cut.
I think because he went for Fast 7 instead.
Oh, smart move.
Because you know when they filmed that movie Pain and Gain?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were both in talks with Michael Bay at the time.
Oh, okay.
Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, but Wahlberg got the part, and The Rock was like, whatever.
Fuck you.
Anyways, so this new design of Optimus Prime. Now, I don't know how well you guys remember Optimus Prime from the first 3 movies.
Yeah, I got it.
I really like the way he looks now.
Yeah, I saw it. I like his shield.
So for one, he's got a little bit more of a aggressive looking face. But his body, so the thing I didn't like about the first Transformers movies was that they're very sort of organic. They're kind of see-through, you saw all their inner workings all the time.
Yeah.
Now he's been plated out with armor, and he reminds me of a Templar.
Templar.
Sort of high fantasy medieval armored knight.
Oh, okay, right.
And the sword and shield really sell it.
Yeah.
And I feel because with the past Optimuses, I think he's a bit of a psycho.
Okay.
He really believes in justice, and he will stop at nothing to deliver that message to you.
He is chaotic good.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys see that, but that's how I see Optimus. And I think this look only sells that even more.
Right.
But the thing is that I didn't include the picture here was Grimlock's also in the movie, and there is one image floating around the internet, if you can find it, is Grimlock is first of all blue.
Okay.
And Optimus is riding him. Sword and shield. And they're running together.
Grimlock's the dinosaur?
Yeah.
He's
There's a giant blue T-Rex, mechanized T-Rex, with this knight kitted out Optimus Prime riding him through the streets of whatever.
Movie of the year. I don't fucking... What?
Yeah, so... I'm pretty hyped for this movie. I kind of can't wait. I don't expect it to be good, but if there's one scene at the end that can deliver, that's going to be it, and I'm excited to see...
Genius. Movie genius.
I'm excited to see this film. But yeah, that's really
That does sound pretty cool.
That's really it. That's all I had to say. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Sure.
So, there is a Make-A-Wish Foundation story floating around that a young boy, I can't remember the boy's name. Oh man, I should know this. Give me a second here. But the story was that his wish was to become Batman for a day. And so what they did was that they made him, Batkid, and was it in San Francisco?
Yes, San Francisco.
They made a whole day for him to be Batkid, saving people, stopping crimes. And the boy's name is Miles Scott.
Miles Scott?
Yeah. And man, it was crazy elaborate what they did.
Yeah, the lengths that what they went through for this.
So they had the Batmobile.
Yeah.
They had a guy dressed as Batman with him. So he's like his sidekick, I guess.
Yeah.
Batkid. And they had a paper that says Batkid Save the City, and it's by the Gotham City Chronicle. And
it was written by Clark Kent.
Yeah, it was insane. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was so awesome to see this, and it just kind of just warms your heart. You see something like this?
Yeah, I'm surprised to see how much it actually blew up across the world. This story hit everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw Obama recorded a short message. He's like, "Thanks for saving the city, Batkid." I thought that was really cool. But yeah, no. Kind of makes you wish sometimes, like, man, I wish I was sick and dying when I was a kid.
No, never actually. No.
No. It's pretty sick, and apparently, both Christian Bale and Batfleck give a shout out to him too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was really sweet. Yeah, this is really cool. It's a really heartwarming story. So it's just nice to see something like this.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to see that kind of stuff go around.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff going around,
Herpes. No. So also another story that's hit worldwide is just over one city over from us is Toronto, and they have the greatest mayor in the world.
So you say it CH Toronto, right?
Toronto?
Yeah.
Toronto? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why?
No, just wondering.
Should I say Toronto?
No,
Toronto?
whatever. You
Toronto?
say it however you want to
Toronto?
say it.
Is it like a stigma against people who say Toronto?
No, just it's
Now I'm
interesting.
worried about how I say Toronto.
No, I'm just saying.
All right. Well, Mayor Rob Ford,
Yes.
known around the world as the crack smoking mayor.
Yeah.
And recently he was in the news again. And like, if you haven't heard of this, I don't know, you're like living under a rock or something. But what happened was at an event, at a press conference, he was talking about allegations that were set against him.
Yeah.
He was hanging out with prostitutes. He was sexually harassing one of his coworkers and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is focused specifically on the coworker one. So what happened is in the news story, he said, so these people are telling the news that I sexually harassed my secretary. I would never do that. She's a good friend. They said I wanted to eat her pussy.
Yeah.
I never do that. I'm happily married. I have enough to eat at home. And I'm like, Rob Ford, you're a fucking madman. You're in public service, and those words just came out of your mouth. And so, like, this video, I just had to share this video just in case someone hasn't had the pleasure of watching this fucking madman just be the mayor.
that was pretty funny when you said that.
Oh my god, like, it's nuts. I've never seen someone just so crude
Hilarious.
in this line of work.
How is it that he got elected?
Because, like, the last mayor was, like, garbage, I think, and he just promised all these things. And then during the beginning, he did start changing a bunch of stuff, but then it all went south later on.
I still think a lot of this is just a really elaborate publicity stunt that is just gonna, like...
It's like a Miley Cyrus type thing.
Yeah, like, it's gonna pay off dividends in the end somewhere.
It's gonna be on dividends.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I don't know, like...
I just can't figure it out.
I don't know if I want him to be out of here or if I want him to be mayor forever. Because then it just brings world news to Canada.
Yeah.
Like, if we just keep him in office just so that people remember that Canada is a country.
Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe this is all
Maybe he's putting us on the map.
Yeah, all an elaborate
Even
ploy.
though we're the second biggest country.
Yeah, with
Doesn't
least
matter.
people.
Yeah, true.
Doesn't matter if we're the second biggest. It's not like we have a big population here.
No,
it's
we don't.
Land
We have-
mass. It's just land
Yeah.
mass.
The population of Canada is like
Yeah.
in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
look at Russia. That's the biggest. No one cares.
No one lives there.
Yeah. But no, what if it is just a ploy by the government? Because they're like, we have this stigmatism of being too nice, too
So we need a crack
too
smoking mayor?
stupid. So let's do this. The world will remember Canada as, how the fuck does that shit go down there?
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
So yeah, man, that's my pick. Just
So
something...
how long is Rob Ford mayor till? Until when?
I have no clue. I've heard that recently he got stripped of his mayoral powers.
Oh, that's not a surprise, but yeah.
But yeah, I think he's up for re-election soon.
Soon.
I mean, I hope he gets reelected again.
I hope he gets re-elected.
I bet
I bet you because of all this, he's gonna get reelected.
I bet it's gonna be very, very close because maybe he's just gunning for all the young kids who just don't really care
Yeah.
about politics.
They just all want to party and
yeah.
No,
like,
they
I
all,
don't know. It's people like me who my only news source is Jon Stewart and Colbert Report,
Yeah.
and that's not really news. That's just comedy, right? So maybe because maybe he's trying to go to like my demographic.
That's true because I mean it says like we look at the polls and it's like it's heavily dominated by like senior citizens or everybody above 50 and almost no kids are voting.
right.
Or when I say kids, I mean like
Eligible to vote and
yeah,
up.
like
up.
Yeah. So if he's gunning for that crowd, he could just take over.
Yeah.
And then what happens to the government, right? It's like, well, what can we do? We have a democracy here.
I always feel that it's like kind of half the reason Obama won.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like he appealed to all these young kids with his like more hip style marketing.
Yeah. Smart.
Yep.
There's a big audience out there. A big
If-
untapped audience.
If this is it, it's smart. But if he's just smoking crack, then I don't even know.
This guy's hilarious, by the way.
Why?
He's so funny. He just is. Oh, like I can't believe this is coming out of somebody's mouth.
I feel like they have a stand-up comedian for a mayor.
I don't know how this got past people.
It's Canada.
Canada, no one cares.
That is true.
We're too lenient on everything.
This is true.
No, I think we're just lenient enough.
No, man. Oh, man.
But yeah, that's it. This one picked.
Yeah. Okay, let's move into our weeks. I'm going to start with you, Anthony. What have you been doing this past week?
This hasn't been just over the past week. It's been over the past for a while now. Been also reading Jojo, just like Blaven.
Yeah.
And recently, I got to up to the part where Blaven got to, which is Steel Ball Run. It's part 7.
Yep.
7 of how many?
8.
Okay, so you're almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost caught up. And I kind of wanted to talk about part 5. Or not part 5, sorry, part 6. In a sense of not just the story, but like...
Is there a story?
There is a connecting story to Jojo. There is always like this overarching thing of why the stories happen, and then each part has its separate story.
Yeah.
So it's like stands always are drawn to each other. The Joestar family is always destined to fight against villains of this guy named Dio.
Yeah.
And then that's how shit happens.
Dio.
But in part 5, I'm gonna spoil part 5 or part 6. Sorry.
Oh no.
Straight up. Do you care, Vince? No.
Not at all.
All right. So in part 6, there is this guy named Poochie, and what he wants to do is he wants to obtain heaven, or he wants to go to heaven, and he has the stand power that lets him take out people's memories and stand powers and put them onto CDs, and then he can implant those in different people and stuff and whatever.
The stand is a metaphysical representation of the person's like inner strength, I guess, or their.
Oh yeah.
And it's just basically something that fights side by side with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all different and they all have different uses.
Yeah.
Ranging from I don't know, making it so that you're unkillable, or making ice anywhere you want. They're all massively different.
Mm-hmm. And so what happens to his stand is that he gets this power to fast forward time, which is and I think everything except for everything except for organic beings get affected by it.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly, it was everything that is a living organic being doesn't get affected by it.
Yeah.
So time just starts fucking going super fast, and anything that's not living dies and actually goes with the flow of time. And at the end of this arc, he resets the universe. So there's a theory that the universe has a start point and an end point, and if you reach that end point, you'll go back to the start point, and the start point and the universe will happen again. So he used that. He reset the universe back to an area, and it was him and one other person. And if he kills this one person, he can shape the universe however he wants, right? But he loses. And then because it's a new universe, but with the same people, and there's a different outcome in this area, it shoots it off into this whole alternate universe. So now part 7 and on are in an alternate universe than parts 1 to 5 or 1 to 6. And I thought that was really interesting.
Is that confirmed? Is that actually what happens?
Yeah, because it's was it the Zappellis are back, and it's not Ripple anymore; it's rotation, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there's
I wouldn't be I don't know. I gotta confirm this because this is what I'm thinking, but I never actually read that.
Okay, that's what I read in other this is it's an alternate universe, but there are still hints that the old universe exists because of certain people's powers. But I thought that was really awesome because I've never read anything or seen or heard of an author straight up he wants to keep his core ideas like stands and powers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But just be tired of the rules of the universe he created. So he writes out that whole thing and just creates a new one in a story. And like I've heard conflicting like opinions of the ending to part 6, like if it's just like just total garbage and like they're really angry that he changed up the whole universe or whatever, right?
So wait, you like the idea that it's an alternate universe?
I like the idea that this guy was just like, I want to do something different, and he had no qualms about changing up the whole universe of the world he's created and starting pretty much from scratch almost. And like I just wanted to say like that really blew my mind. And
what makes that different from someone
It is.
Yeah. What makes that different from someone who's doing like a remake of an original show, original book?
Well, it's like he's still like the remake, right? It's like you're starting from point zero again.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, you're still like the way he did it. He's still taking things that you're you're still continuing. There's still like points in the past story that if you read it, it'll make more sense, or you'll get like oh cool, like those kind of moments in this new universe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still all one like continued story because of what happened in part 6.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just thought that was super cool, and I want to talk about it. Like Blaven, you finished part 6. Like did you like the ending to it?
That was weird. I didn't really feel like it. I didn't really feel fulfilled after that one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like that's also our friend Christian. Like he kind of has the same opinion.
It's just because nothing really happens. Yeah, like sure they killed the bad guy, but I don't know. I just wish there was a more definitive. I guess this is definitive, but at the end. And Anthony already spoiled that anyway. He meets the people that were already in the past universe, and they all don't remember who he is. And he's like, oh, no, I'm happy that everyone's still kind of alive. And they all meet each other anyway, because I guess they're predestined to meet each other.
Yeah, because it's like people are predestined to meet each other or something.
But I was just like, oh, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was really cool, and I just wanted to talk about it.
Like, no doubt it's cool that he wanted to reset it so that he would have a new universe and stuff. But... like, unlike the other parts, it didn't end with such a bang that I liked, kind of.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, like, the other, part 5, they kill the big bad in a cool way, and you can see the aftermath. Part 4, same thing, they kill the bad guy, and you see the aftermath of that and stuff, and this one is just, they kill the bad guy, but no one really knows.
Yeah, and like, but yeah, like, that's exactly it, but to me... that's crazy awesome. Like it's a different kind of ending that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And like it was just I never would have saw it coming. Like it was a twist that I would have just been like, what the fuck? Like, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like I had to stop and like step away from reading the next arc just so I can process like what just happened and stuff. Like yeah, and I just really enjoy it.
Because I didn't know where he was going with it. He just reset the universe, and then and it's not even the protagonist that beats him, it's one of the side characters that it's one of the supporting cast that beats the bad guy. So I don't know what his point was there, kind of, you know? Mm-hmm. Because as Anthony said, the main Joestar family line is meant to beat this guy. Like, the Dio, or whoever is associated with Dio, and Dio... hasn't come in contact with the antagonist of this series, and it's like his direct kind of sort of
descendant.
Not descendant. It's not. He's not.
Who?
Oh, he's not like he's not his son or anything.
Oh, he's not his son. I thought he was his son.
No, he's not. He's just I guess Dio is the mentor. He's like, I can show you what you can do with yourself, kind of thing. And I thought, oh, hey, so I guess this will be the because Dio's actually dead, and this is his last kind of pupil. This is it. This is the end. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird to me. I just, at the end of it all, I was like, oh, that's pretty crazy. But I was like, but what really happened?
Oh.
Kind of,
Yeah.
Like, where did this go?
This all just sounds like to me like when they reset the universe in comics all the time.
There you go. That's why I didn't like it as much.
Like,
I don't...
Because, like, I've seen...
You know what I'm talking... Okay, that's
years
it.
and years. This has been something... Like, that's what I was trying to... parallel
Okay, sorry,
to this,
yeah. Because they do all this time to give you how many years of people...
Yeah.
And they just say, no, it's gone.
And they say, okay, we're set. We need a new audience. We're going to bring them in with this. There we go. It'll still call back to the originals.
Wow, good.
It'll still have
Good analogy.
yeah. Like how many times have I seen Spider-Man or Peter Parker reborn? And like they write things and you're like, oh yeah, that's fun if you're a longtime fan, but it's like they're all the same.
That's
So
right.
I don't know
because you don't read American.
I don't
comics.
read American comics.
So
Yeah.
this is like the first time I read Infinite Crisis when they reset everything. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, so that's what Anthony was talking about. I'm like, I feel like you're talking about this like it's something new, right?
Yeah,
I guess it
it's new
didn't
to
click
me.
in my mind that this might be the first time you've seen this.
Yeah. Okay.
when
that
they
makes
reset
sense.
universes in comics, is it always like a big story event?
Yes.
Or are they? Is it like just like
Remember the New 52? For DC,
Oh,
they reset everything.
But before the New 52, was it just like did they write it so that it was going to be reset?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Every single one.
It was done all with a time travel type thing, and yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, no, this is the first time I've read something like this, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, so like when you're talking about like you're reading things about things are the same but they're different.
Yeah,
This is exactly
the same.
This is that,
Okay.
oh my god!
I didn't know that.
That's insane. That I didn't even think about that. I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I not so impressed? I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've seen it in
It's
comics.
yeah.
Yeah, because like, yeah, that's one of my. I know I have told Vince this too. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves now.
Yeah.
Where it's too cluttered and they just reset it, and it's like,
Yeah.
what was I reading for?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of thing.
In some ways, you can kind of compare the Marvel Cinematic Universe to like a reset of something.
Okay.
In that they just completely brand new again, but yet they're pulling from everywhere, so that the longtime fans know, and then new time fans are like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Like, nothing excited me more in the other parts than seeing old characters from old parts.
True. Like
But
in
then-
part 6 when Jotaro comes back.
Yeah, but when you get to part 7, it's like, oh, you're just a reimagining of the old one. I was like, I guess. I mean, I really had to dig to remember who you were.
Yeah.
I just want you to be here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I understand how the exciting feeling. It's like, oh, these characters are going to be new now. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's the first time. That's...
And then also just in the sense of the way he wrote it, and like
Yeah.
he always like Araki always does these. He always takes powers that seem like just obvious
Mhm.
on the face, and he turns them and like twists them in different ways that you could never think of.
Yeah,
Like
this guy's a
only
genius.
he's a fucking mad genius.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
half the reason I read JoJo is because it's like a detective story almost, or it's like a mystery story put into a shonen,
Mhm.
because you never know how they're gonna beat this person. It's always gonna be in like some unique way, or just some like way, in some way that's like it seems like obvious when you read it, but you would have never thought of that way.
Yeah.
Right. And he's just this genius manga artist who just a nutcase.
And when they do have Deus Ex Machinas, the characters know.
See,
Yeah.
I was just going to ask that. Like,
No,
when
the
you say
character-
like genius ways, do you mean like it's so Deus Ex Machina that you can't help but
okay,
not be surprised?
Here's
There's a couple cases where that.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it to you this way: when they're fighting somebody and they outsmart them and they didn't know their own weakness, yeah, it's good. When it's like, oh, a natural event happened and you just so happened to beat me because of this natural event, Deus Ex Machina, they say, you beat me because coincidence was on your side. I can't beat you.
Okay.
So, and I like that. They say, yes,
Yeah.
there's no other way you could have beaten me unless this happened.
Yeah, I know what you
Fate
mean.
chose you more than me.
Yeah.
I lose.
Yeah. I'm always two minds when it comes to like those type of endings. It's like
Yeah.
it's one when it's like just
Yeah.
out of nowhere, but it's another thing when they recognize that it is.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to think the writer is lazy
Yeah.
or if he's just like, nope, that's just how I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And like that, I don't know. Even in those endings, even in those like defeats too, it's always like maybe there was someone in like I don't know. Like I could be fighting you on the street and I push you and you just get fucking hit by a car. Like
Yeah.
you would beat me in a fight, but you don't beat a car, and just coincidence was on my side.
Yeah, no, stuff like that happens,
Yeah.
and I like that. And he doesn't overdo it.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't.
Okay, well,
I
that's
don't feel
good.
like he does.
That's good to
Anyway.
hear.
Like there's only been like 2 fights I hated. And
Okay.
out of the whole, all the parts.
Okay.
So yeah, but I just wanted to talk about that and like just discuss it a bit.
Well, that's cool.
It's good. I think my favorite is part 7, which is the Steel Ball Run.
Which
It's
is
it's an American race.
Is it coming to an end soon?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Part 8 is still going.
See, part 8 is a reimagining of 4 because of the new universe.
Yeah, and part 7 is a reimagining of 1.
No, part 7 is a reimagining of everything.
Oh, that's just the whole other thing?
Yeah, like
because
all
he's
the
using the
characters,
same names as
all the
people.
characters in 7 are mostly modeled after somebody from the past.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Down
interesting.
to like the side characters and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Very.
But that's the thing, right? You get to dig to know who they are,
Mhm.
to remember who they were. It's like by Japanese names, and like I'm not really familiar with like their surnames and stuff. So
Okay. Like, I think I remember most of the big people.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like if I told you who Hirose was, who would you?
No, yeah, like I don't know. Like I don't know.
That's Koichi. Hirose, the guy from 4, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, how could I have remembered that? Like you used his last.
If you said
surname.
Koichi, I was like, yeah.
No,
I
yeah,
was
but
like,
they
yeah.
use the surnames.
Oh, but they
instead.
use the surname instead.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But no, part 7 is currently my favorite. It's sick.
Very
And man,
cool.
when he comes up with the stuff that he writes about, it's just he comes up with the craziest shit. Like Jesus Christ is in part 7.
Wow.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
literally Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking Crown of Thorns, everything.
Wow.
Like
wow.
Immaculate Conceptions in 7.
What the?
The main bad guy is the president of the United States, and his scars on his back is the American flag.
Jeez. What the?
But I don't think this is your bag, right? It's not too subtle enough for you, right?
No. I've never been attracted by Jojo.
Yeah,
No.
Like I don't know. Like also in the way that he takes obvious powers and turns them. Like there's one guy is like anything he touches turns into a bomb.
Yeah.
But what happens is that you get these clocks that are on your hands, and they're
Yeah.
pretty much pins, like pins to a grenade.
Yeah.
And if they pop off your hand or
Yeah.
they pop off wherever, it explodes. It starts the timer. But like it's whatever he touches, and he did this one thing where they were chasing him on horseback, and all of a sudden the guy's mouth, like his cheek, just blew up.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And it shows to the guy, and he's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
So the smoke was touched by him. The smoke gets turned into a bomb, and he breathes in the smoke.
Mm.
And it's just like it always turns it in this weird way that I would have never thought of in a million years.
That's something.
Yeah.
Do you suppose he actually thinks about the powers on their own, or do you think he thinks of one particular idea and how can he implement that into a power? Like, do you think he was walking down the street, he's like, what if I could just have some guy's cheek blow up? But how would I throw that in there?
Cheek blowing up is not uncommon.
Yeah. It's like a light wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know what his thought process is, but I'm sure he just said, this is an ordinary thing, how can I make it amazing?
Yeah, because like there are a couple of people where like the bomb guy, there was the main antagonist in part 4.
Yeah.
He also used bombs. Anything he touched turned into a bomb, but the
Mhm.
trigger was different, so
Mhm.
the rules were different of his power.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another guy in whatever, or like even the main guy or the main antagonist in part 6. His was fast forwarding time, but Jotaro, the main guy in part 3, his is just freezing time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, and so it's always like it seems like he takes a few ideas, and then like tries to figure out unorthodox ways of using these few ideas.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, overall, it's always worth a read, in my opinion. I really like it.
Who would you recommend it to? Like, what type of person, like, if they have these sets of interests, they would like JoJo?
If they like, I guess if you like, not, okay, how could I explain this? If you like shonen stuff, this isn't for you.
Like,
If you like very, 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 I would say obvious things like Naruto and stuff.
And One Piece.
I have an energy ball. I'm gonna hit you with this energy
Yeah.
ball. Because there's a lot of explanation in JoJo.
oh, okay.
So if you like exposition with your action, then this is for you.
Okay.
I guess if you like,
Just batshit crazy stuff.
well, yeah.
Like anybody who's watching Valvrave still, watch JoJo. Like you will not be disappointed.
Okay.
Like the way I would describe it is if you liked, what's a good analogy for this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's really hard to explain because I mean half of this manga is talking
About what?
because they're explaining to you their plan. They're explaining to you how they're going to beat you. They're going to explain to you why you can't win.
Backstories of people. Explanations of powers.
Explanation of the power, which is like pages and pages, and then it all plays out in like 5 pages, and they explain to you afterwards. And you really have to warp your mind around. Oh, so because he's spinning to the left, the guy couldn't hit him because he can't see from the right.
Oh.
Therefore, it's not as obvious as, oh, I just Rasengan you,
Yeah.
and now you're flying into a wall and you're dead.
Mm.
So, again, it's classified as a seinen manga, so it's for older audiences as well.
I think it was part 6 and up were seinen, and then the other ones, like the early ones, were more shonen. I think that's what it's classified as.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd classify them all as seinen.
Okay.
Because they're all pretty mature and gory.
Okay.
Yeah, so... But I guess if you like exposition, if you like, I guess, shonen stuff, but more adult, then this is for you.
Okay.
And there's no subtlety here.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's all really obvious?
As in, there's no... By subtlety, I mean everything's kind of in your face.
Yes.
And there's no real... As in, like, okay, Dio's trying to take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Oh.
There's no real... he's actually running this underground ring, or...
Is he an interesting character, or is he just, I want to take over the world?
He's like the most interesting character in the whole series. He is the crux of why JoJo exists.
Okay.
He just wants to take over the world is what he's asking.
Yeah, and then his legacy spun off into this amazing thing.
Okay, I'm getting conflicting reports here. So one of you says he just wants to take over the world, the other one says he's...
Well, it's like, in part 1, yeah, I know, it's straightforward. He wants to take over the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that still floods over into the other parts. Like, other people are somehow connected to Dio through certain ways, if not direct offspring.
All right.
Yeah.
Which are not actually his offspring.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
Because
Weird.
His body is not his own.
See, I guess you and I have different feelings on certain things.
Yeah, like
to me, Dio's not interesting.
Like,
yeah, see, like, I get the feeling like there's things... You guys, as much as you both love it, you both love it for different reasons, obviously.
Yeah, like, Dio to me is just a dude who tells people, hey, I can give you power, and you can do something with it, and be my slave. And he did this through generations, and that's it.
Oh, okay. So for you, he's not interesting at all, and I can see why. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what he does, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but to me, that's interesting because he's built up this rapport. He's built up this power. He's built up this legacy of being this ultimate bad dude. That it was so effective that it transcended through arcs.
Through generations.
Yeah, through generations.
Yeah.
And like to say, like, Blaven says, like, part 7 is his favorite.
Yeah.
Like, part 1 is my favorite.
Mm.
Like because it's where it all started. It's where it all began. Like, nothing would have happened if it weren't for Jonathan and Dio.
Yeah.
And just their story was I really enjoyed their story.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to talk about JoJo.
I guess for you, it's like you like the thing as a whole.
Yeah.
And I like the different parts.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't wait to get through the 6 so I could get the 7.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, it's like, oh fuck, yeah, 6 finished. I can't wait to see how this all amalgamates in 7.
Yeah. For me, I couldn't wait to forget the 6. I didn't get the 7.
But also, my fandom is reaching dangerous levels because I'm thinking of getting a tattoo.
See, I'm not that far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Vince. Don't get me wrong. I love it to death. It's a really cool series, and I love reading it.
Yeah.
But to me, I think I like individual parts more than others.
Yeah, when you talk about it, it sounds more like, as much as you like it, you do like it for specific aspects as opposed to...
Yeah, I like specific...
Yeah.
I like very specific things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you really like specific things
Yes,
about it.
okay.
But, like, and that makes up for the lower...
The parts that you don't.
The parts that you don't
Yeah,
like.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I still like it.
Well, yeah, no, I get that.
We both like it for 200 points, but my points are separated. are very concentrated.
Yeah.
And his is very separated.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Cool. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
So you gonna?
No.
Come on, man, just watch the anime.
No.
Come on, man.
Sorry, I'm all about robot anime.
It's got robots. It's got robots in it,
You are.
or cyborgs.
Nope, I am all about robot
You
anime.
don't want to cyborg Nazis?
No. So that's your week, JoJo?
Yeah, JoJo's been. I just wanted to talk about JoJo. It's not new. It's not whatever, but it's
Cool.
It's a point I wanted to bring up.
Well, since we are, since I mentioned robot animes, I'll tell you about my week because it's more robot anime.
Oh, man, what?
Yeah, guess what?
Damn.
So this week I decided to tackle Gundam 00. 2 seasons, each 25 episodes, and a movie. I
Are
think
you gonna talk about each individual part?
I will separate it into the 2 seasons separately and then the movie because I like them all differently.
All right, let's battle.
Let's battle. So season 1. Do I need to give context on the story? I think you already did a long time ago, Blaven. So
Yeah.
I won't even bother with that.
It's the same
Yeah.
as any Gundam show.
Well, that's not true. A 15-year-old does not jump into a machine he finds, and
I would.
and then decides to save the world. It does not. It does not open like that.
Just give me the machine.
So the thing I like when I was really excited when Double O opens because I thought, oh sweet, finally a Gundam thing where the Gundams are positioned as the villains in this story, and to me that's interesting. They are not the good guys here.
You are nuts.
They are the bad guys.
Yeah.
That is
a no.
That's you don't like that?
No, that is. I don't think that's the. I guess it seemed like from the first episode.
No, okay, so no, the celestial being, whether you like it or not,
they're hilarious. Their motto, is stopping fighting by fighting.
They are the villains in this story. However, from the point of view of the viewer, they're the protagonist.
Yeah,
but they are the villains in the grand scheme of things. I thought that's really interesting. And then the next 15 to 17 episodes happen, and I was so bored.
Yeah.
It is a lot of political world building. There are 3 main nations: all the Asians, all the Europeans, and all the Americans. And the bad guys are all the Europeans.
Yeah.
Right?
Like in real life.
Sure. And they... Oh, it's just so much jargon that I didn't care about. So much... Well, let's do this. We got to...
Don't you remember why you like Gundam now?
Yeah, politics.
Yeah.
I fucking love politics.
So Gundam Wing was so uninteresting as a child.
Yeah, that's why I favor G Gundam.
Yeah, because it's so like in your face.
Ugh. Then they do this other thing where they introduce these 2 civilian characters who have no relevance to the story, but they're giving more attention to than the 4 Gundam pilots.
Yeah.
And I could not give 2 fucks about them.
Your favorite.
And I hope they would just die, because through the entire 25 episode run of season 1, they have no relevance at all. They are worth nothing.
But they're like half the show.
Exactly.
Your
and
favorite.
I can't figure out why.
Your favorite.
Now,
they need to add a human element.
I know, so that's what I thought. I thought, okay, either A, you're here as we need what this whole scenario looks like from civilian point of view.
Right.
Or B, you're going to make up for some moment in season 2 or the movie.
Yeah.
But right now, you are worthless.
I just don't see you see the big picture, man.
Huh?
You could even tell that lock on Stratos means he can lock on you from the stratosphere.
Which is awesome and stupid. But... So I didn't...
So literal.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get it in the first time.
No, and I didn't. And they even reveal it in the first episode, and I totally went over my head.
So good.
And as with all Gundam shows, of course, the Gundams are invincible.
Yeah.
So, like, throughout the first 15 episodes, they are untouchable.
Face. They wreck face.
The pilots, when they're, like, running through armies, they just have the most bored look on their face. That's how I felt. And I thought that was an interesting juxtaposition. I thought that was very interesting. That I felt as bored as they looked bored.
You related.
Yeah. I was like, hey, you know
that
what?
was the more human element than you could ever ask for.
I think so. Then the final 7 episodes happen, and shit goes crazy. And I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, the last 7 episodes is
it just
clincher.
Suddenly something happens. We're gonna drop political world building
and
politics.
Just go ham.
Yeah, and we'll just whatever. Let's kill everyone, and let's kill ourselves.
And here's a golden robot for you to fight.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, by the way, the villain. I had no fucking clue who he was.
Yeah, I know.
He just kind of showed up.
He's just kind of there all the time, but he never really does anything.
Same with what's her face?
What, the Chinese girl?
The Chinese girl.
Yeah.
What's her deal?
Yeah. Good times.
Also, green-haired dude.
What, Ribbons?
Ribbons.
Amuro?
Where the hell did he come from?
Oh, everywhere.
They don't say that.
He was from the UC Century.
He just has omnipresence? Like, is he just at all places at all time?
Pretty much.
Huh.
It's kind of like he came out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, I guess you're the new...
Yeah, he kind of comes out of nowhere, and he's like, listen, I'm the real big bad. And it's like,
yeah. Oh, I guess so.
And they don't really explain how he came to be.
Yeah. I guess you were looking for that.
Yeah. Like, for all the exposition they have about the politics, nothing on the villains.
Well, to be fair, they are innovades.
Alright, where'd they come... Tell me where the innovades came from.
Didn't they say that they were like trying to clone and make an actual innovator? Isn't that what it was?
Okay, fine, but where did the innovades come from?
Oh, that's true. You got me.
Because there's 2 parts in the story. They either A came from Aeon Schmashberg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or...
Aeolia Schreiser or whatever.
Which was 200 years in the past.
Yeah.
Or that's natural human evolution.
Right.
And they don't quite say which it is.
Yeah.
and whatever. But I think that the final 7 episodes of the first season kind of make it worth watching.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Then season 2 happens.
And
season 2 happens, and I thought, hey, you know what? This is actually opened up pretty good. It's better than season 1, I think.
Yeah.
And then I go through all 25 episodes, and I'm like, I don't think I cared.
You didn't like the fight at the end?
Like, here's the thing about the second season, and actually all Gundam shows, fights and animation, top-notch stuff. Music is even good, too. But the characters are so boring. I did not care for a single... Those 2 people, civilian characters I hated in the beginning, they have a more of a shining moment that I just also didn't care about.
So basically you didn't care for 90% of the show?
I didn't care for anybody. The problem with the characters is none of them are interesting. They are puppets to the plot instead of the driving force of the story. And that makes the whole thing... Like, it's not that I thought the show was bad, and I didn't think it was good. I just was uninterested. And that's how I felt about season 2. Because, you know, like, they do all these neat things, but it's basically just... Let's destroy this, have a fight there, do that, inevitable end, good guys win, bad guy loses, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it just turns into the same Gundam plot we've seen forever.
So I told you it's the same.
Yeah. And then the movie comes.
Oh boy. This hot mess.
Awakening the Trailblazer. And that's not Awakening, that's a space awakening of the Trailblazer.
So this movie has been universally panned.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Has it?
Bad.
Interesting. I thought the concept of this movie was brilliant. I thought, aliens and Gundam, how can this be bad? And it wasn't bad.
It wasn't. It was so
It was just boring.
It was super entertaining, though, for me.
The final fight was great.
Yeah.
But
it's just a mess.
Everything else is just so... Again,
it's super misleading, too.
It is.
The one guy you think is going to be the antagonist just dies.
I'm like, why'd you introduce him? What the hell?
He had so much potential, and then when me and my brother watched it and he died, we're like, whoa.
And they even hit that he might even be like secret villain, and it's like, nope.
He was actually a good guy all the time, and he died.
You just had that sly look on your face the whole time, but
yeah. That's how you make friends, man.
The 2 civilian characters appear here again, the ones that I don't like, and they had somehow even less of a presence here.
They're so good. This movie is so good.
I love this movie. Again, it's not a bad movie. It's just, who the fuck cares?
You know what I sat down watching this movie said? I said, I'm going to enjoy the brightest colors possible. And that's what it was. Right?
Sure. Whatever.
If you're expecting something life-changing, this wasn't going to be it.
Well, I don't know, because they tried... Okay.
It was trying to.
They were trying to...
It's so hard.
To ham-fist this message of anti-terrorism and anti-war. And it's like, this shit's so superficial. Who fucking cares? I think the movie could have been better had the aliens had a personality to them.
They were like hive mind.
They kind of just... They're not doing it because they want to terrorize the world.
Kind of
they're just
moving through.
Yeah, they're like, we just need we need some sustenance, and humans just happen to be the next in the line.
Didn't know you guys had Gundam. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Fuck, I didn't know you guys had the God Gundam, the one that
the one that kills everything.
Yeah.
And just teleports to the universe.
Yeah, so this Gundam show takes the super robot levels, and I
think you went past that.
Yeah. So somehow
I haven't remembered a time since like Gunbuster or whatever that he can teleport through like universes.
Okay, before he teleports through universes, he has
the quantized mode?
He has the quantized mode where he has a sword. Dissipate? Yeah, no, but he has the sword.
Yeah.
That basically is like the Shin Getter axe that cuts planets.
Yeah.
He has that.
Good times.
And I'm like, what?
He can also dissipate, right?
Yeah. He can... That's right. He can, molecularly take himself apart and reappear somewhere else.
Yeah, good times. Unstoppable.
What is this?
He's so good.
I want that Gundam.
But he's in it for 5 minutes.
I will say the Quant is cool. The Quanta.
Yeah.
It looks very cool. But, yeah.
Yeah, to me, this one is just all fights. I think the highlight of this movie is the first 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was the last. Oh, you're right. The first 5 minutes are the best. Yeah,
the first 5 minutes is the best.
So what he's hinting at is in the first 5 minutes of the movie...
There's a movie in the movie.
There's a movie that's a parody of the entire series.
But it's done...
It's done in Super Robot.
It's done in like Gurren Lagann style.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's amazing.
It's so... After the 5 minutes, does it just back out?
Yeah.
The TV
they get out of the theater and they're like...
And then...
And one of the guys is like, that's not how it went down.
Because I was there. It's pretty funny. Yeah, no, I thought the movie was a hot mess, but I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, like there are parts to it that are certainly entertaining. But it was...
Are you talking about which part are you talking about?
The end fight sequence.
Oh yeah, that fight sequence was long.
Yeah, like...
And you just saw everybody go ham.
Yeah, I can't believe how long that fight was.
It's good.
And they all like go super mode, they all get broken, they all get destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I live for.
Yeah, and there's a couple love story scenarios in there.
Good times.
Yeah.
Some people still end up with nobody.
Some people get the happiest ending ever.
Yeah. So overall,
the
double O, did it fulfill your Gundam needs?
No, it did not.
Okay.
It did not fulfill any.
So
Gundam
this
needs.
was rated higher than age. So I think age won't do you.
No, I don't think it will. So I'm thinking
if we're doing the trend.
I'm thinking that I might not even go with age.
But maybe age because is it less political? I don't know.
You know what? The consistent thing I've heard about age is the first 2 acts are great, and it's the final act that's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Is there any Gundam show other than G Gundam that you've liked?
But you haven't watched many though. Not as many as I have. Right?
No, I haven't watched as many as you have.
But to be fair, a lot of the older ones are older ones.
Yeah.
Well, you like Wing, right?
Yeah, I liked Wing. Wing was okay, but that's more because it's very boring.
Really boring.
But that was more because I was a kid.
In robots.
I like G. I liked Seed, not Destiny. Seed.
Okay.
But I thought that was. I didn't think it was great. I just thought it was enjoyable.
Okay.
And like, don't get me wrong. I don't think Double O was bad at all. I just think it was super boring.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's how I feel. And I'm starting to think maybe I just don't like Gundam that much anymore.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, Gundam's not very.
I don't think you like Gundam.
It hasn't been interesting in a while. I hope Unicorn will save it for us.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Unicorn is the savior that we need for Gundam.
Yeah.
You think Gundam just needs to go super robot?
Yeah.
They can't. They can't. They won't be.
Okay,
Gundam
so this
anymore.
is the case.
Wait, I love Build Fighters.
Okay, all right.
Does that count?
Yeah, it does.
It does count. That is this generation's Gundam.
That is the series G Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the case of again you versus me.
Yeah.
In the Anthony scenario, but we're switched.
Yeah.
I'm Anthony. You're me. Basically, I love Gundam throughout the whole series, especially the Universal Century timeline.
And I think that's maybe that's what I would like the most.
But it seems like now you like just certain ones.
Yeah.
More than others.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with like there's some Gundam designs I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I really like Exia's look.
Yeah.
I like the Quanta. I'm not so big on the Double O Riser, but whatever.
Yeah. But like you have that aversion to watching old anime, so I don't think you'll ever jump into the Universal Century timeline, which is the original 5, 6 series.
Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I should go back and watch at least Zeta Gundam.
Yeah. Yeah.
That or the original Mobile Suit.
Oh, that one is
Mobile Suit in Action.
Yeah, that one is
Gundam.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like maybe I think it's the heavy focus on politics.
Yeah.
Is what really
turns me off. That is a staple in all Gundam shows. Though.
I know, like, and
this is the show I think that's built its legacy on politics.
Yeah,
especially in the Universal Century timeline. I keep going back to it because the organizations just evolve throughout all the time.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to know where they came from and where they're going.
Mm-hmm. And like when I was watching Double O, like even though I said all the characters are boring, there are characters there that I really loved. But that's more because they fill certain archetypes of characters we've seen many times. Like my favorite character was probably Mr. Bushido.
Because he's the Char.
Because he's Char, and I really love that super patriotic. I'm gonna beat you in my machine, not a Gundam. You know, and he does it for the most part.
Which is so Char is the main, I guess, rival in the Gundam universe, and you usually know who the Char is in the show because they're blonde and have a mask.
They have some sort of mask at some point.
And this guy has a mask and has blonde hair.
And he's American in this version.
Yeah, and they just always fight the main character 100% of the time.
Yeah, and it's not for the purposes of winning a war. It's just to...
You and me.
Let's go. I need to test myself against you.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, I love Zex Marquis.
He was the Char.
I loved him. So.
I like his name.
It's like Marquise.
Yeah.
And like Miliardo Peacecraft.
Oh,
They all had some pretty cool names in Wing.
Trace Kushunada.
Trace
Oh, come
Kuchinada.
on. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, I just well, I'm glad you don't think it's bad.
No, I don't think it's bad at all. Like, here's the thing. If you're a Gundam fan, I think this is one of the better series to watch.
Yeah,
Provided you're a Gundam fan.
I agree.
But if you're coming at it as, well, let me see what's so special about this, as a non-Gundam fan, you might just be like,
Do you think it's a good representation of what a Gundam show is?
yeah, it is. It definitely is. Like,
there you go.
There are some things that they just can't do, or else it wouldn't be a Gundam show.
Yeah. They can't not have politics.
They can't have politics. The Gundams,
even G Gundam had politics.
Yeah, the Gundams kind of have to be invincible until they get their upgrade.
Yeah.
And they always have to win.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's ever been a series where they lose. Or at least not lose to the point where it's not important.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And, like, because now I've started Macross Frontier, and I'll tell you right now, I'm already in love with that show.
Oh, no, I know you would be.
Yeah. And you know what I love most about it?
The music.
Yeah. I'm so...
I know.
And you don't even care about me.
I am so surprised. Like, all the J-pop that this girl sings, I cannot stop listening to it.
Which one's your favorite?
I
the
love...
green one hair one or the blonde one?
The blonde pinkish hair girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't...
I'm on the green camp.
Oh, of course you would be. She's the smaller, cuter, pixie-like one.
I just like it because she's actually...
I like that.
I feel for her.
Oh, of course you do, but but we've always been different that way. I like the sort of bratty, older...
Yeah. And it's always that one guy.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk about that next week.
That love triangle.
I will talk about that love triangle next week.
Yeah, the animation is slick, too.
Is that like a staple? Is that a thing that Macross cannot have?
Is it?
No,
a love triangle?
triangles?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty much. But it's not always like a guy and two girls. It's like it's...
Okay. It's a guy and two guys.
Like Macross Plus is two guys and a girl.
Yeah. That's interesting. So you like Macross Frontier?
Yeah, and I'm really surprised with myself.
It's a lot less politic heavy.
Yeah, and it's a lot less serious.
Yeah.
Favorite music.
Like the first opening of Macross Frontier is they make fun of the fact that the main character looks like a girl.
Yeah.
And all his friends call him Princess.
I feel like if someone told me that Macross was really music heavy a long time ago, I would have been a Macross fan already. Like, but like whenever I used to talk to people about Macross, it's like, yeah, dude, the robots turn into jets and it's jets with legs. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I will agree. When I first saw the girl walk mode, not knowing anything about Macross, that's fucking stupid.
Exactly.
But seeing it in action, it's like, holy shit.
That's quite useful.
That's pretty cool. That's brilliant. Why didn't I think about that?
It's very useful.
Yeah. But no, that's been my week.
Yeah.
Gundam 00.
A lot of robots.
A lot of robots. I'm going to continue the robot anime trend.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you'll ever stop.
I don't think I will either. I think I'm lost forever, guys.
robots are cool.
I'm lost in this world.
I just one day one super robot game here would just make my life.
Yeah, man. You know what? And now that I really like Macross, I kind of want to play with like the Macross jets in Super Robot Wars, even though I know they're fucking useless.
Yeah, isn't it just so? So you get so much more invested if you know who the characters are.
There's a lot more fulfillment when you know everyone in that game.
Yeah, you want to save certain characters,
especially when you know like what they're fighting for, their reasons for being there.
Help the bad guys, and you don't want to kill them unless it's by the person who killed them in the actual show.
Yeah,
that has happened to me.
Yeah,
I did that in Cross Zone.
Yeah,
it's like certain Capcom characters must kill other characters because they are of the story.
Yeah, even at the cost of winning, I will do it.
Yeah.
But then there was just one Super Robot game where Gao killed everyone.
Of course,
every single guy was dead to him. You know, it sounds good. Sounds like you're having a fun time.
Yeah,
you're catching up. Like these are old, eh?
Yeah.
Now
I cannot believe the speed I'm going through these.
Yeah. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Are you FF?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta let me know if you managed to watch the movie where they cross over with Macross 7.
I'm actually looking for that right now. It's hard to find.
It just came out.
Yeah, no,
like
that's
a couple
fine.
months ago.
It's yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. Yeah.
I will get that. Don't worry.
That's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
Macross 7 is my favorite Macross.
There we go.
Because it's like G Gundam with Macross.
Macross. That's the weird one.
The awesome one.
Fucking Rockstar on my jet.
Yeah. Listen to my song.
So silly.
My song will move mountains.
Yeah.
If you only listen to it.
Did it actually move mountains?
Do you know that they actually made a replica of that guitar?
Did they?
It was just recent. It's going on
wow.
sale for like 13,000.
Good times.
13,000.
The guitar's pretty boss.
Fuck.
It's because the guitar. It was made by a real company too.
Is it a one of a kind thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's red, right?
There you go. Anyway, sorry. That's enough robots. Blaven, how was your week?
Oh, my week is pretty fun. So, I just wanted to talk about one thing that I've done that I've never done before.
Oh no!
I gambled
Oh yes!
at a table in a casino.
So let's build up to this. It was your birthday this past
It
week.
was my birthday. Whee! I'm now 25.
Yeah, and you went to the casino.
Casino.
Gambled for the first time.
Yeah.
Like a casual.
Like a cash.
Yeah.
So I put down $1 billion.
Yeah,
And
you
I
went.
got back.
We saw you go to the ATM. You took out a hefty amount
Yes.
of paper.
Triple digits.
And I came out $65 more.
Wow. So what did you play?
Played Sick Bow.
Yes.
I didn't even know how this game worked. And it was funny because I kept asking my friends instead of asking the dealer how to play.
Yeah.
Which was really embarrassing, I bet, for me.
It was embarrassing that you took a whole stack and put it on one number.
Yeah.
And the dealer had to say to you, "Listen, sir, take your money back. Just take it back.
Yeah.
And
Please.
Please take it back. And just let me explain the rules to you before you blow it all away."
That was too funny.
I also thought it was hilarious that you didn't understand that you can't hand the dealers anything.
Oh, really?
That's why they wanted you to put your money on the table first,
Oh.
and then you leave it alone, and then they take it.
I just thought I was being polite.
No, it's like in Japan. You don't hand people money.
Oh,
You
interesting.
put in that little
You put it in a tray.
tray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing there.
Why is that?
It's so that it's a protection policy so that they can't say that they took something from you. Like they took your money and you can't claim that. Like when you put on the table, you both confirm that I'm putting this there for you to take, to exchange, as opposed to here's money, I took it from you.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, gambling's crazy. It's exhilarating.
You were so excited when you started winning.
Is that how they get you?
Yeah, that's how they get you, man. It's a drug.
Oh God. Well, I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I'm a champion forever.
Yeah.
You're undefeated?
I'm undefeated in the tables. That's forever be known.
There's gonna be this one day where Blaven's gonna be out with his coworkers at a casino and be like, "Well,
I'm here.
I'm here, and
I won last time.
You made $5 grand.
There's this magic deck I want, but if I win here, it's like I didn't pay for it."
Just letting you know, that's like a shift in my work. $65, so I'm good.
Yeah, and you won in like 10 minutes.
It's good times.
So that was great.
Yeah, no, it's good times. Yeah, nothing more new for me. It's just more magic, trying to get into standard, and and also I took down a draft after being away for 2 weeks drafting, and that's about it. So nothing of moral importance.
Vince, are you into gambling?
Not particularly.
Like, is there a reason? Like, is it just not fun?
Do you have an aversion to gambling?
No, I just like I'll gamble occasionally, but it's not one of the things that gets me excited.
Yeah. Or like for me, gambling, like I have an aversion to it. Like gambling anything, pretty much.
Why?
Because I get more anxious
About losing?
Like I get anxious when I do it, and the reward of winning is not enough to not be anxious anymore.
Clearly, you haven't won enough.
Apparently.
Clearly, you haven't won enough.
To me, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, like the thrill of winning something is not enough for me to want to go through it again, to go through that anxiousness again.
There will be one time when you put in like $5 and then you get out 500. You will be like, I like gambling.
I like gambling a heck of a lot.
That's how, like, when I first was of age and I went, that's what happened to me, and I'm like, yeah.
No way, that's what happened to you?
Yeah, and I was like, this is fun.
You put in $5 and you won like something that ridiculous?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
It was a slot. It was totally lucky.
Slot machine?
Yeah.
You put in like 25 cents, you won $1,000?
No, I put in like $20, and then after like 20 minutes, I'm like, whoa! Lights started flickering. I'm like, whoa, $500, sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, and then, like, I totally understand the appeal. It's just that I don't want to get trapped in the whole mindset of, It's not a job. That's the one thing that
That's the advice you gave Blaven after he won.
it's not a job. It's there strictly for fun, but you always have to keep your priorities in check.
Yeah, I don't know, like
I don't know how some people go in and just drop like
Jeez.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
and they're like later.
Half of the people in there, like they just look sad.
Well, there's two types. There's the old people who are just sad, and then there's the really dressed up
who are also
crowd.
a little sad.
Yeah, but they had money to burn.
True, they're also a little sad.
But when you have money to burn, like I guess that's what you do. Right?
And this is again where me and Anthony are opposite. The winning just gets me. And exhilaration.
You should play the stocks.
I'm telling you, dude, just the minute you win some significant amount, that whole feeling of aversion will dissipate for a bit, and you'll be like, all right, I could do this.
Because, I mean, I do that in a certain way with Magic.
Yeah.
Because every day, every time I go to draft, I'm putting in $15. Might not get anything out of it. I know, again, it's like it's like poker, right? I have to play my hands and stuff, right? Yeah. And I could lose, and I'd lose a lot of money. I'm sure I lost a lot of money on that too, but I made back a lot. So
yeah, it's either that or maybe your interest is that you're not the actual activities you're participating in at the casino just don't interest you.
Maybe.
Because what if I told you like, oh, it's a fighting game tournament, but it's all money, right? Well, what's something you like that?
No, it's just again, it's just the fact of putting money down. Like even just
it's not a safe bet.
Yeah, like it's not a logical thing. It's not a sure thing.
That's why he says it's for fun. It's for fun.
Yeah, exactly. But that's like that. I don't know. That's not fun to me.
It's
like even in regular tournament, like even in I'll just put the fighting game tournament.
Yeah.
Like even in regular tournaments, like when there's nothing on the line and it's strictly just if I win I get a point and there's no downside to losing, I still get like this super anxiety, which like makes me like my hands shake like uncontrollably and like I miss inputs and like I like one time I went to press a button and my hand just missed the stick.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound like you don't like gambling. That just sounds like a nervous sort of / excitement type thing.
Yeah, like I get too nervous. Like I get too.
Ooh.
I mean, that just sounds like
that's that's what I said. The anxiety does not the thrill of winning does not overtake the anxiety it took to get to that point.
I think you just need to put yourself in more situations where you're like that, and then eventually you'll you'll get over it.
That's crazy. Because like I mean, I drafted Modern Masters at the PTQ and it's $40, and I got back nothing.
Yeah.
But I didn't. My mind was like, oh, I might lose $40. But to me, it's just like, oh, I could win so much more.
Yeah, no. To me, it's I will lose $40.
Yeah, just as long as you just keep putting yourself in those situations, eventually you'll build tolerance.
Oh man, it's so exhilarating.
Because
I just want to battle.
I bet, Blaven, when you started playing Magic for the first time, you had the same feelings.
Oh yeah, no. Every time I was like, I'm not gonna play booster drafts because it's just luck and stuff. Yeah. And then when I started doing it, I'm like, oh, can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes time. Yeah. But the more you stay away from it, then I guess you don't have that opportunity to.
Yeah. And like nobody in my family goes to the casino, or not that I know of it.
Oh, but I know it's scary, but also exhilarating.
You're a fool.
It's nothing
You're
like it.
a fool.
Why do you think I like battling so much?
I don't know.
Because I could lose.
You battle to lose?
No, I could lose.
You battle for the potential of loss.
He battles for the potential of defeating loss.
Yeah.
You're both silly.
Yeah.
All right, that's this week's episode, right?
So we've learned that Vince needs to take chill pill from Gundam.
No, I think we've learned Vince doesn't like Gundam. He secretly doesn't like Gundam.
Anthony needs to jump off a plane.
What?
You know, that's the ultimate gamble. Your life.
No, that's true thing. That's just there's science put that. This is folded in a certain way. People have done this multiple times.
We need to put you in games of chance.
Yeah.
And you need to like it.
Yeah.
Like, we need to put you on one of those spinning dartboards and have a guy blindfolded and say that if we throw the knife at you, if it misses you, you get $3 trillion. But if it hits you, well, it hits you.
I don't know if I'd even do that.
For $3 trillion, bro?
It's not enough.
You know how many countries you could buy?
0.
All of them.
You could buy all the countries.
All the countries. I'd buy
because they'd all be in debt to you. That's where the $3 million came from. $3 trillion, sorry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that? Would you?
I would do it.
I would do it.
I don't know. See, like just thinking about it is making me nervous.
It would make me nervous too, but that reward.
I think the difference is I don't take things seriously enough. That's why. I just like whatever. Whereas you really think about it seriously.
Who, me?
No, Anthony. That's why it gets into your head.
It's certain things I take really seriously, and other things that probably should matter, I just give zero shits.
Sounds like we just need to get you high, then go to the casino.
High then to the casino.
Yeah.
I've also never done that.
What if somebody told you, if you give me all your life savings for the next month, I can triple it or you can lose it all?
I wouldn't do it. That's fucking stupid. You could lose it all.
So stocks?
No, I would never. I don't think I'd ever do stocks.
Any sort of investment?
Investment's an investment. Like I put it in and I get something out of it. Like
That's not a
are you talking about like an RSP or
I'm
something?
I'm talking like an investment in a business.
Oh, so you won't even invest in a business?
No, I don't think so.
Oh shit! How are we gonna start a stream?
I don't.
Anthony, I need you to pony down some money.
This is just like it's like a couple hundred. Like I would never put anything that's like my life savings is on the line. Like if I don't,
But if you want to do what you love, you gotta do it, man.
Yeah, but I also need that fucking little soft pillow to land on if anything goes awry.
So okay, how about what sizable monetary value would you be comfortable with then? It could be anything.
So right at this moment.
Right at this moment.
I would be comfortable with like $500 investment.
Really? I thought you were gonna be like $5, $10.
No. Like, if it went in anything higher than 500, I would... Like, even at 500, I'd be kind of a little wary, but I'd be more willing to do it. But anything over that, I'd be like...
Do you think that amount would grow with a larger income? Or is it more like... Are you always...
Yes, the amount would grow with a larger income. Like,
all right.
If I were making $1 million a year, I'd be fine with investing $300,000 into something.
Sounds like you just need more income.
You heard it here first. tniab's going global.
Yeah, the thing is that I always need a safety net. That's my thing. And when there is no safety net, then...
No nuts, Anthony.
You gotta safety net, man.
You gotta trust. You just gotta fall.
You know what you can trust? The net. The net is always there.
What if the net breaks? You know that backup parachute? What if that fails?
It never does.
No, it did fail for...
Shut up about...
Who played the Green Lantern?
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. He went skydiving and both shoots failed.
So how did he live?
There was another person there.
Oh. I caught him.
Yeah.
See, look. Safety net. Another person.
That's terrifying.
This is delicious. I can taste the anxiety.
So then how do you do anything in, like, in the competitive scene?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't play fighting games anymore because, like...
How do you continue to play League?
Yes. That's online. I'm secluded in my own space.
So why don't you just put yourself in that mindset?
I don't know. I can't. Like, I
Wait,
don't know.
So you don't like people watching you compete?
Like, watching me compete is like... Yeah, like, I don't like people watching me play League.
That gets me... That gets me excited so hard. When
no,
people, go around my table and it's like people watching me play Magic. If I misplay, people will just yell at me after.
Yeah, like at the point that I don't know.
Because one time, dude, like I stole this guy's creature and I hit him exactly for the amount, and he couldn't do anything, and I just took the hugest risk, and then it worked, and it was like and I'm like, oh, Bask.
See, like I'll admit that, like when I used to play fighting games, like at home, like I got pretty decent just by being online.
Yeah.
And that was because, like, I was secluded, like, no one could see my failures.
Yeah.
I could learn from my mistakes, and I'm not in any area of pressure.
Yeah.
But then I'll fully admit that even stuff like facing your brother, Blaven, like, when I lose to him a bunch, I get fucking pissed.
He just thrives off that shit, though.
Yeah, because, like, because it's like, even if you're not, like, there was one fucking day where he just beat me 10 in a row. Awesome. And, like, I couldn't do anything. Like, I was just off my game. And I was like I fucking swore, like I flipped out. And you and TJ were at the table on the other side of the room. You weren't watching. You had no idea what was going on. Yeah. But still, I was just like, those fuckers over there are like silently judging me because they see that I lost 10 in a row, and they're like making fun of me over there. And then I get like this fucking ball.
You're so emotionally invested.
Yeah,
this is too good.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, you gotta compete more. Competing's amazing.
Like I don't playing drafts with you is fine because I never pay for it.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't wait. What? You have no aversion when you draft? That's the ultimate people watching you.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because also it's something I don't care about.
Oh, okay. So you have to care about it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. See, like this is weird. Like some things that I should care about, I don't.
So if you made it to like the top level fighting game scene out of
If I was at like Evo
and you were at the front stage and people were watching you, you'd basically break down.
I would just, it's like you versus Daigo. It's like, fuck, I don't even know how I got here. I just got the luckiest pulls. What happened? Like, I would just flip out. Like, I would probably just be like, yeah, good game, you win.
Sad.
There would be no finals.
Yeah. Sad. Sad.
Man, this is good. This is good.
Yeah. What do we got to look forward to next week, guys?
I don't know. What is it?
Generations of gaming.
Yes, that's right. The PS4 and the Xbox One are out by the time next week's podcast is live, and we will go through our favorite moments of the past 8 years. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting our test copy from Sony and Microsoft soon of the systems, so we'll let you know about those after.
I wish. Yeah. I'll give you a full breakdown.
Yeah, we'll give you guys full specs and stuff, and we'll let you know.
Yeah.
From the investment Anthony put down on this.
Yeah.
A reasonable investment. A reasonable investment.
Okay, then.
Too funny.
Well, see you guys next week.
Thanks for
All right.
listening.